are getting immersed in the cold here, and Mikey is trying to clean the windshield. And when he first put it on there, the wind blew up and blew it all over him. Oh, goodness. Hey, it's always an adventure around here.
Remember how they told you not to pee into the wind? Don't wash your windows in the wind either. Put my seatbelt back on.
Why, dear?
Because it's safer to drive with your seatbelt. Always wear your seatbelt when you're driving down the road.
And why are we driving down the road instead of getting gas, dear?
Because to get gas, you need money.
Why don't you have your money, dear?
Because I left it at the trailer. Hey, you left your phone and we had to turn around and get it.
When we were still in the parking lot.
You weren't supposed to say that part. So I'm going to go get my wallet. And then we're going to turn around and get gas before we run out. And then today, while Cris is over there putting her makeup on, we're going to go to Capitol Reef National Park. And that will finish out the big 5 in this area, right?
No, well, 3, and then we're going to go to the other 2.
Ah, right, because, that if we hadn't have gone to Capitol Reef, we wouldn't have hit the big 5 in this, because tomorrow we're taking off and leaving and headed towards Zion.
Yes.
And the 2 national parks that are down there, which are Zion and Bryce Canyon. Yeah. But in order to get that done, I have to go back to the RV and
we're getting an earlier start than usual, but we keep like shooting ourselves in the foot. I mean, every time we think we're out the door, we have to go back. So
we left. We're like, we're going to leave by 10 a.m. And we walked out the door at 10 a.m. and then had to turn around and get your phone. And then we left at 10:24 a.m. Made it all the way to the gas station at the end of town. Just to realize that I forgot my wallet. So,
hey, but it's better than realizing that an hour away, right?
Yeah, I see that. Don't you see how I planned this out where we needed gas before we left?
You're good at planning. But it's going to be a cold day.
Oh, gonna be. It already is.
Yes.
In 600 feet, turn right onto East 140 South.
Okay.
That's Google telling us we're going the wrong way. I forgot my wallet, Google.
No, the cold front has come in. We booked an extra day to fix our slide. Yay.
Done.
And in the meantime, we figured out that we were only an hour and a half away from the 5th of the big 5.
An hour and 40 minutes. It's 95 miles away.
So
worth it.
We're like, you know what? We're gonna try and do it so that, because originally we hadn't planned on going to Zion and Bryce, but we figured a way to make it happen. And so then we're like, oh, well, there's only one of the big 5 that we're missing. So, and this is the closest we'll be to it on this trip. So we're going to do it. It's going to be cold. It is going, the high here is 57. The high there today is 46.
So here we are trying to escape the cold weather, and we're going to drive right into it.
Right, but we have our layers packed, and we're gonna view it. We have the puppy with us since it's far away, so we can't do a lot of hiking there, and we probably wouldn't having to drive an hour and a half anyways. So we're just kind of gonna go for a nice drive this glorious chilly day.
And what we talked about before is we're out here in Utah where we'd never been before, and the drive is gorgeous. Like, we had to drive to Price, which was about an hour away, just to get a part and to get some groceries at the closest major Walmart. And it was great.
It's a big day when you get to go to Walmart.
It is. When you're doing this kind of driving to go on grocery day, actually, it's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
So, but it's worth it. It's not like driving someplace you've seen a billion times. This is all new, and it's all awesome, and I'm looking forward to the drive, let alone just to go into the park.
So pretty soon once we complete the Big Five, we'll probably do a video that tells you guys
About the Big Five?
About kind of our plan of attack of how we went to all of them, because I know when I was looking, I was like, where do you stay and how do you see the most things without having to move a whole lot?
Hey, keep talking. I'll be right back.
Okay. I was looking at a lot of different places, and I really like, at least this first half, what we have figured out, what we used as kind of our hub to go to all the different places. So we'll see if our second choice of location is as nice as what this is.
The national park is going to be a protected area where you can't do any hunting, but we see wildlife everywhere. Usually it's small game and maybe a few deer. I have never seen so many deer as we've seen here at Capitol Reef National Park. You saw in the orchards, they're everywhere, and you can walk right up to them. They're not scared. Evidently they saw the signs too that says they can't be hunted, and they're everywhere. So one of the activities in the Junior Ranger program is that Addie has to do what?
Eat some ripened fruit from the orchard.
We have to experience some of the ripened fruit from the orchards, and it looks like the orchards are closed down. But here at the Gifford House, I guess they have some of the fruit that comes from the orchards. So it's going to be a hard job, but I think we're going to have to go eat some of that fruit. Yay pie!
Yay!
All right, now when you go into Gifford House, you can see it's the old meeting house from up here in this community, and they've turned it into a little store where you could get fruit pies and salsas. We got some peach salsa.
Hot chocolate.
It's amazing. You can also get coffee and hot chocolate and water and things like that. I asked the lady that was there about the pies if they actually came from the orchards here, and she said no, they don't. But the orchards themselves are closed because, well, the fruit is done falling off the trees. But I'm pretty sure this will do, right? And this is for educational purposes, right? Because this is for the Junior Ranger program. So we're going to see how well their pies are made.
So not just us wanting to take a cheat day.
Yeah. Ready? Cheers.
Cheers.
That's educational right there.
Since the visitor center has to be open in order for Addie to get her Junior Ranger badge, we're making that a priority today since the visitor center closes at 4:30. One of the things in her Junior Ranger program, she has to watch the informational video. And because we have Octavius with us, I'm in the car watching Octavius while Mikey and Addie are watching the video. Mike and I just kind of trade off depending on what all needs to be done when we have the puppy with us. We've seen quite a few dogs here, but again, the dogs aren't allowed in the visitor center. So I'm just chilling out here, catching this amazing view.
Now it's time for the official business. We're going to go get badge number 13 for Miss Ad.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready? Here we go.
Raise one of your hands and repeat after me. I promise
I promise
to uphold and protect
to uphold and protect
the cultural and natural
the cultural and natural
resources and values
resources and values
of Capitol Reef
of Capitol Reef
National Park
National Park
and all parks I visit.
and all parks I visit.
Okay, there you go. You're a junior ranger here at Capitol Reef now. And hopefully one day a full-time ranger, all right? If you want to stamp your book with the date and everything, we have the cancellation stamp right over there.
Very good.
Dad and I are going up this little hill here to see Panoramic Point. See,
Alliteration.
I think so. So here we go. I think we're here. Woo. Pretty cool. All the way around us. Pretty cool.
Coming into the park, you see, I mean,
There's all kinds
amazing views.
like
This
that
was once a
grand
reef, which I guess is why they call it Capitol Reef. But back there was a cabin built by a guy. Last name was Bahunin. I don't know if I'm saying Bahunin. He was a Mormon settler that settled up here and built that little bitty cabin that was probably, 10 by 12, something like that, not very large. And he built it back in 1882 and tried living up here, but with all of the floods that they would get down here by the river, it was just a harsh environment where they tried, irrigation and things like that in order to kind of divert the water away from where they were at, but also, how they could get the water to their crops. But when the floods would come, probably in the spring, it would wash things away. They said there was one narrative there that said it was washing apple trees still full of apples. So I guess that'd be the fall. Oh, it is the fall. I hope it doesn't rain today. But it was washing trees still full of apples and fat pigs down to the next town on this river. They said there were pigs swimming in the river. So Bahunin ended up leaving there and moving on to higher ground away from the river. And it showed a picture in 1896 of him with 11 of his 14 children. 11 of his 13 children. Thank you, Addie. I don't know where the other 2 children were. Maybe they just were out for the day. I don't know. But looking at the picture, it looked like maybe 5 of those children were born at the time that he had that cabin. So there were like 7 people living in a 10 by 12 space. I thought it was cramped in the cow. Could you imagine having that big of a family? I'd say that's another reason he might have moved on was, hey, honey, it's getting a little cramped. We're going to move.
I don't know, honey. A lot of big families lived in really tiny houses like that.
That was, I figured that was kind of his way of saying, hey, we need to upgrade our RV.
Here we go again. They're missing this view, so
I'm gonna show y'all this view because it just gets better and better. So we saw the sign for Hickman's Bridge. There's Addie standing on top of it right now. Say hi.
Hi.
It's a mile hike to get up here. It's all uphill. Air's thin. Listen. We're getting better. But it was a heck of a hoof to get up here. But it's awesome. It's like a grotto. Check it out. I could just imagine settlers or Native Americans coming in here and building a fire, being protected by the rocks. Show you what it looks like from the outside as long as I don't hit my head. I'm gonna hit my head. But this is Hickman's Bridge. What's it look like from the top, Ad? Is it cool? Bunch of slick rock through here. Definitely a good idea to have hiking shoes on. But this is what Hickman's Bridge looks like from the top. One thing about hiking in somewhere is you gotta hike back out. I mentioned the air's thin up here, and I'm not.
Then where were we?
So we hiked all the way up there and saw this grotto area that makes a bridge, and we thought that was Hickman Bridge. I thought it was strange there wasn't a sign. That's Hickman Bridge right there. It was on up from where we were hiking, so we didn't really see Hickman Bridge live. We saw a really cool grotto though. I don't know, you wanna walk back up there and see it? I think we're good.
No.
We're gonna see this one in pictures. Oh my gosh. Cris is gonna kill me. Well, Addie and I had a nice almost 2-mile hike. We get back to the entrance and realize that that wasn't Hickman Bridge that we walked to. That was really close to Hickman Bridge, and it looked like a bridge. It was Hickman Bridge's junior little brother. That's what it was. So we didn't quite see it. Well, we got to see it on the picture, and after that hike, that's fine. But
Oh, and it looks like you had a cool hike too.
it was good exercise. It was all uphill one way. But it was what we saw was still gorgeous. And to get up that high and look at the landscape and then see this valley that we're driving through down below with all the yellows and the oranges of the leaves, and then you got the orange and the gray and the green on the cliffs.
Lots of colors.
I'm satisfied.
All right. Well, it's been a wonderful trip to
been a
Capitol Reef National Park.
Gorgeous day, perfect day for this. I mean, it's a little cool, but when you get out in it, actually it's kind of refreshing. So we liked it.
Awesome.
Did you like it?
I liked it a
My hand's all
lot.
crooked.
There's a lot you can see from the car. There's a lot of kind of unpaved roads you can take to see even more. There's great hikes. There's like more, like a lot of historical kind of stuff.
Like that trail that we hiked to almost get to Hickman Bridge. Back in the 1940s, the Army Corps of Engineers came through here and cut out a trail so that people could hike to it, or almost to it for us. But the National Park Service does an amazing job at trying to protect this, because even though it's like giant stone mountains and gorges and canyons, and there's all this wildlife, it's so fragile, which is why they don't want you touching anything or feeding the animals, or stepping in the water in those like the potholes that we saw and the tanks and everything, because everything that we're driving through, walking through, looking at is its own ecosystem. And so they do a good job, especially with our junior rangers, to teach us how to protect it, and so that Addie can grow up, and her kids and her grandkids and on can hopefully enjoy it just like we have today. So good job, Army Corps Engineers. Great job, National Park Service. We really enjoyed taking it all in.
Yes, and we really enjoyed our day here. It was a little bit of a drive, but we keep saying that we are so glad that we decided to come, despite the fact that we thought it was going to be too cold and we thought it was going to be a long drive.
It was a beautiful drive.
It was a beautiful drive.
It was a perfect temperature.
Yes, and amazing. We had no idea what we were going to go see, and it was breathtaking.
But now it's time to say goodbye to Mike, Miss Ad, and Chrissy. If you like what you saw, give us a like down below. Also, if you have not become a member of the Crock Posse, which is our fun-loving, slow-cooking, instant potting, air frying, RV traveling, RV fixing, wonderful family here on the interwebs, all you got to do is click subscribe down below, and you're automatically a member of the Crock Posse. Leave a comment down below, and we'll pick some random folks and send them some postcards from our travels.
Piling up.
So yeah, let us know. We'll shoot you an email, and we'll find you, and we'll send you a postcard.
Not creepy.
And also, if you want to know what we're doing, as soon as we're doing it, click that little bell. Miss Sad, what's that little bell called?
Ding-a-ling.
That's right. Click the ding-a-ling, and we'll let you know as soon as we put up a new video. And y'all, whatever you do, laugh often.
Eat good food.
And speak life.
Love y'all.
Bye.
If you want to see the latest, click on the left right here. If you feel like subscribing, click on the right, my dear. And if you think we're funny enough to send us money, click the Patreon link below.